Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and we are resuming my top 10 movies of 2020. I am so sorry that it's been a long wait. Work has been completely hectic and I know I was meant to drop them day after day after day, but things at work just got so crazy that I was working super long hours and I had to kind of prioritize that. So I am sorry, guys. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I still have a career on the side that I still need to do stuff to help pay for stuff. Yeah, sorry about that. So I'm back and I am with number 5. And number 5 is Onwards, which is a movie by Pixar. It had launched in the cinemas early 2020, but I was unable to get to it because at the time it had launched, I believe it had launched in early March. I had started locking down by then, so I couldn't go to the cinema to watch it. And I believe in the US, a few weeks after that, they dropped it on Disney Plus, so people could watch it. But they didn't do that for the UK, and they kind of left it to like roughly, I think, August or September when they dropped it in the UK. So I watched it on Disney Plus, and it's still there right now if you want to go there and watch it. And let me tell you about this film. Like, you know, I was I anything from Pixar, I'm there for it. You know, they are like, you know, the kings and the queens of just making movies. You know, so I was super excited for this movie because not only was it a Pixar movie, it was a Pixar movie that centered around fantasy. And the one thing that, you know, with Pixar and their magic is they're able to tell stories that are heartfelt, that make you feel, make you laugh, make you cry at times. And kind of generally, they are masters of storytelling. So anything that they could do in fantasy to help enrich that genre, I'm here for it. So I sat down there and I was just expecting to be taken on a crazy ride, and they didn't disappoint me. In fact, it was amazing. I actually cried in this film, and I didn't expect to. I'm starting to, like, you know, think, am I a softie or something? I'm crying a lot. But this movie really did trigger some emotion in me. And so let me kind of tell you a bit more about this. So this movie stars Tom Holland. You probably know him as Spider-Man. And it also stars Chris Pratt, who is Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy. Sorry, I really love the first Guardian of the Galaxy. It's one of my top 10 superhero movies of all time. I'll probably do a list on that later on during the year. And this story is centered around a world where magic used to exist, and then for some reason, people started to rely more on technology, and they kind of living a similar existence to how we live today with smartphones and consoles and TVs. But they have really interesting thing that people are like elves, orcs, you know, manitors and stuff. So there literally are still these different species of that you tend to typically get in fantasy, but they're living in normal everyday life like we do. And it's centered around these two brothers that live with their mum and sadly lost their dad to a terminal illness when one of them, before one of them was even born. So he never got to meet his father because he died when his mother was pregnant. He turns, I believe, 18, and they somehow get a magical instrument that allows them to spend 24 hours with their father. However, they're only able to bring only half of him back because something went wrong, and they go on an adventure to try and bring all of him back so that they can speak to him. And it's such a simple premise. It's funny premise. You laugh at it and everything. But it's such an amazing movie because not only is it entertaining, it's a great, you know, battle scenes and funny car chases and crazy things and run-ins with like different things. And it's an amazing adventure. It's crazy. but it's a heartfelt story about family and loss, and how much would you, how far would you go to speak or even see a family member that you've lost. And that's a really deep premise, and a lot of Pixar films that kind of are along really deep, thoughtful things. And throughout the story, you're kind of seeing them finding themselves, trying to, they're finding more about themselves and learning more about themselves, and their bond as brothers is getting closer. And they kind of realize that they've had each other all this time. And it's just the way that they're able to tell this story and the way the pieces fall into place. At the end of the film, when they have this like massive, great scene, I'm not going to spoil anything. I was just crying. I was just crying. It was just so well done. It was so well done. And I think this is something that almost everyone has thought about. If you've lost someone, a friend or a family member, and for them to do it so perfectly, and tell this story while keeping me entertained and making me laugh and making me cry, making me think, is something that only Pixar can do. And long may it continue, because this is a fantastic film. It's on Disney Plus, in all countries where Disney Plus is available, and I cannot give this, or I cannot recommend this any higher. This is my number 5, Onwards. Please, please, please do me and you a favor and go and watch this movie. Peace.